A very good day to all participants of this first edition of Colombia's Bioeconomy Week, organized by Maderas. I am Sheam, Satkuru, the Executive Director of the International Tropical Timber Organization, ITTO, and I'm delighted that my organization is part of this important event, which focuses on the centrality of sustainable forest management, sustainable wood use, and the many benefits they provide as a pillar of sustainable development. While it is generally well understood that the sustainable use of forest resources contributes to addressing climate change and transforming our economies, there is unfortunately a public misconception that forest harvesting equals deforestation. Whilst the forest sector understands that this is not true, it is our duty to improve the ways we communicate and market the multiple benefits of sustainable forest management, sustainable wood use, and the environmental credentials of sustainable timber to the outside world, especially across other economic sectors, to acknowledge the benefits of using more sustainable wood. Sustainable forest management encompasses much more than timber production. It enshrines an ample spectrum of values crucial for planetary well-being, ranging from ecosystem services such as the provision of fresh water, clean air, biodiversity conservation, carbon storage, recreation, shelter, and protection to extreme weather events, to providing and enriching the livelihoods and well-being of forest-dependent communities. Sustainable forest management is also key in overcoming rural poverty and land degradation, especially in the tropics. Forests are central to the transition to carbon-neutral, bio and circular economies through the provision of timber, one of the most environmentally friendly materials. When sustainable and legal timber supply chains are added to the equation, end consumers are linked to forest well-being and to the people who live within. In other words, it creates a circular bioeconomy where markets, through sustainable use, become a driver for forest conservation and conversely reduces deforestation and forest degradation. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, ITTO is a unique intergovernmental organization that promotes the sustainable management and conservation of tropical forests and the expansion and diversification of international trade in tropical timber from sustainably managed and legally harvested forests. We translate our mandate into action through policy development and the implementation of field projects spanning almost 40 years. Colombia is a proud member of the ITTO, and together with the government of Colombia and other partners, including Maderas, we have implemented in-country and regional projects that enhances the various facets of sustainable forest management and its linkage with sustainable development. For example, a few years ago, Maderas implemented a project with funding assistance from the ITTO and other partners that enhanced the viability of timber supply chains in Colombia and strengthened its commercial ties with markets that demand legal and sustainable forest products. This initiative is known as the Elia Madera Legal. Another example is the ITTO Latin America Regional Workshop on CITES held in April 2025 on non-detriment findings on tropical timber species, which included a trade and markets day. The workshop aimed at increasing capacities in the region to apply the latest methodology in non-detrimental findings for CITES Appendix 2 listed timber species and to discuss the latest trends and developments in international timber markets. I am pleased to report that representatives from the Colombian government and Maderas benefited from the workshop. Currently, ITTO is supporting another project with the University of Tolima, aiming at improving the management of secondary natural forests in the collective Afro-descendant community territory of the Bayo Calima in the municipality of Buenaventura. The project is promoting sustainable production alternatives that will contribute to the reduction of deforestation while raising the living standards of local communities. I am thrilled to see that the agenda for the Bioeconomy Week will highlight multiple experiences and lessons learnt on the sustainable production and use of timber and wood products, as well as related incentives and financial mechanisms which are urgently needed for a successful transition to circular bioeconomies. Please count on the ITTO beyond this Bioeconomy Week. We are ready to assist through our broad knowledge and base, including our groundbreaking policy guidelines, technical tools and market intelligence, as well as driving dialogue and collaboration set through the unique membership of the organization. On that note, I would like to announce 2 upcoming ITTO events which are relevant to the Bioeconomy Week. The 5th World Teak Conference and the Global Legal and Sustainable Timber Forum, which will take place in India and Macau respectively this September. Please check the ITTO website for further details. And with that, I wish you all a very productive and successful conference and pleasant days in Medellin. Thank you.